Hi, my name is Drew, and you're watching ReadyBudgetGo. If we haven't met before, welcome. I'm glad you found your way here. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's good to see you again. Today is Tuesday, and that's when I do savings challenges in the Batman binder, and I also do the Celebration Savings Challenge book, which I've got here in my Green Lantern binder. I've got $100 to save toward one of my big goals. Ready? Let's go. We're going to get started in the Celebration Savings binder here. So let me pop this open. This Savings Challenge book is available in my Etsy shop. If you purchase it from me, it will come bound with just the regular rings on the side, but you can always take those rings off and put it in a binder. It's also available unbound and without stickers so that you can punch it yourself and put it into any binder you like. So we are working on December. So let me go back here. And I'm going to start with the Scratch and Save Challenge, which is the birthstone. December's is turquoise. So let me get out my dice tower here and kind of maneuver everything. I have only so much space, but then if I zoom out, you can't see anything. So let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So let me roll a d8, and that'll tell me which one to scratch. And I'm actually, well, depends on the number. We'll see if I scratch 1 or 2 this week. Last week I started with the 1, and that was low, so I thought, okay, I'll scratch another and got the 8. This is the numbers 1 through 9, each appearing exactly once. So we got number 2, 1, 2. So we'll go right here. And that is $9. So we're only going to do 1 this week. Okay. So I'm going to get that cleaned up. And then over here on the right-hand side, we need a d6, and we're going to roll that twice. So we've got a 6. Oh my goodness. And a 5. Okay. So that's going to be $11. So we're up to 20 so far. And I'm going to color in 2 more Christmas trees, and that will put us at $30 for the week. So let me get out a green. I think I used this one. And a yellow and a brown. Let's see, brown will go with this one and yellow. Okay. I could have taken these out beforehand, but then you'd say, "Oh my goodness, Drew, you're so prepared." And that's just not who I want to be. I want to be the guy who's got to dig for stuff. Okay. So the trunk and the star. And then everything else is green. Get some more light. Hope I remember to move that away when I go to something that's got a glossy finish on it so that it doesn't just show you all glare all the time. Okay. Well, it's not perfect, but that's close enough. So let's do this one. Okay. There we go. So that is going to be a total of $30 going into the envelope for the week. Put the markers away here. And then I try to condense as I go if I can. So this is last week's. So adding in 20 and 30, it looks like all I can do is swap out 2 10s for a 20. So we're at 47 so far for the month. Your mileage will vary depending on how much you decide the icons are worth and what you roll, and what die you decide to roll. So that is it for celebration savings. And again, I need to record everything to make sure that I am keeping up with my various amounts because I want to make sure that I don't go too far over the $250 that I've allocated for savings challenges. So I'm going to put a goal of 250. And Ready Budget Game, if you haven't seen it already from last night, saved 100. The paint by sticker, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, will be $50. And then Batman is TBD. So Celebration was 30. Okay, next up is going to be the Shark Scratch Off. So that one is from, oh, I'm trying to remember. That is, the challenge is from April's Fresh Start, and this was a freebie or a giveaway from Kimmy at Kimmy's Corner. So thank you both. And there's, I don't know, 11 spots left. So let me roll a d12 and let's see how much I'm going to save in here. Number 2, so 1 and 2. That'll be $4. Clean that up. Write it down. And my penmanship is atrocious when I try to write fast. Okay. Let's see if anything is condensable in here. Oh yeah, some of it will be for sure. So we need to add 4 and we've got 22. So 22 and 4 is 26. So I'm going to put the 2 back and take a 5 and a 1. So 26. Okay. Next up will be the 7 heavenly virtues and the 7 deadly sins. I'm only going to do 1 in here. So let's roll. Well, I've got the d12 out, so let's roll the d12. Of course, 12. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got humility and pride. So let's roll for heads or tails. Even, so we're doing heads, which is the heavenly virtues. And we're going to scratch number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $3. Okay, thank you, humble donkey. So we'll take out 3. And of course, I'm going to see if there's anything I can condense in here. Nope. Well, a little bit. So I can take these 2 1s for a 2. So that leaves us with $74. Okay. And then just to make sure that we're keeping up here, 7 and 7, I'm going to call it, is $3. And up next is going to be the 80s. So let's see what the 80s will do for us this week. And again, I'm only going to do 1. This is a set of 10 different scratch-off challenges. Each one saves $50. And is that the D10? Nope, that's the D8. There's the D10. So this week, we're going to do number 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Gag me with a spoon. Let's roll and see which one we're going to scratch. Number 1, right over here. $7 going into the 80s this week. Now, if you purchase this from me on my Etsy shop, it will come with the regular small circular scratch-off stickers. This was an experiment that I did to see if the... well, for a while I couldn't get the small circle scratch-off stickers, so I thought, well, I'll just cut some of these in half, and then I stickered them all up, and I thought, oh, this looks bad. So I just thought, well, I'll use this for myself, but my Etsy shop has the nice circle stickers on it. So, okay. So $7 is going to go into the 80s. Reset this challenge. I don't know why I'm doing it that way. I should be doing it this way. There we go. Okay. So cash comes out, challenge goes in, and this envelope has 50, 65, 67, 69, 70. So we can consolidate 10, 5, 2 twos, and a 1 for a 20. So we got $70. Okay, and that was a 7. Up next is going to be destination savings. So destination and then plates. Inside of destination savings this week, let's see where we're going. We are going to Mexico City. And I'm going to do the highest amount, which is sightseeing for $9. Yep. And I already see that I've got no small bills in here. So 5, 7, and 9. Okay, this goes into the bottom, and next week we will go somewhere else. Up next is going to be Save the Plates, I believe. Yep. Okay, so that was $9. And in Save the Plates, we are going to Mississippi. So let's roll a d6, and that will tell me which one I'm going to fill in. Number 5, so that's going to be $2. Get a nice dark blue here. I should just use the chisel tip. I never think to do that. Can really speed things along. Of course, it's also not as precise, so I end up coming in with the fine tip anyway to kind of fill in the gaps, but it goes quicker. Okay. So $2 is going in for this great state of Mississippi. I've never been there, but someday I hope to. All right, so Save the Plates has 20, 35, 37, 38. Literally one of every bill. Well, 1 through 20 anyway. Okay, this is going to go into the bottom. Face up. Save the Plates was $2. Up next is Save by Color. So I'll take these out. And I'm going to put this to the side for just a moment. Put this to the side for a moment. I need the rainbow dice for this one. I'll put them in the hopper and set out the cards. Oops. Okay, I'm going to call that good. So we've got purple, blue, green, going to get to glare, yellow, orange, and red. And this week, we've got red is 3, orange is 6, yellow is 4, green is 3, blue is 6, and purple is 2. Okay, so I need to save 10. Oops, that was a 4. 10, 16, 19, 21, $24 going into save by color this week. Purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Okay. So adding in $24. 20, whoops, two of them here. 22, 24. So 100, 200, 20, 40, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I'm going to take these 20s and the 10 for a 50. And then this $6 for a 5 and a 1. So still 268, or 58, sorry. Okay. And save by color was $24 this week. Up next is Corny Sayings. So this is just a D6 roll. These are minis, and initially I was doing the whole set and just deciding which one to work on. But then I thought, no, I'm just going to do one at a time. So it's going to be $1 this week. And this one is almost done. Okay, and I don't have any small bills, so it's just going to be $1 going in. And the challenge, Corny, $1. And then last but certainly not least, we have the 12 face cards. So let me get those out. This one is available in my Etsy shop, and it's got the front has a face card, and the back has a description of who that face card is supposed to represent. So it's got all 12 of them. They are numbered. I used to use a deck of cards, but now I use a die to tell me which one to do. So let's get out a D12. Give it a roll. Number 4, so that is going to be the Jack of Hearts, Lahir, or it's French. I don't know. And there are 7 spots left, so let's roll a D8, and that'll tell me which one to scratch. Number 3, 1, 2, 3, right over here. $12. Okay, 10 and 12. Get this cleaned up here. All the way to the back. Let's see if there's anything that we can consolidate in here. Oh yeah. 10 and 2. So this challenge has 100, 200, 300, 400, 20, 40, 50, 5, 57, 59. So once again, 2 20s and a 10 for a 50. Oops, didn't mean to take that out. Okay, so that was a 12 into the, oh goodness, look at that. That was a 12 into the 12 face cards, and let's see where we are for the week. Let me reset the game here, or the challenge rather. Okay, so we did 30 into celebrations, 34, 37, 44, 53, 55, 79, 80, 92. So that means I need to put at least $8 more in. So I'm going to go back to the Corny Sayings. Pardon my reach here. And we'll keep rolling until we get at least $8 more in here. Okay, so we've got 2, 5, last roll, and 4. Okay, so that's 9, 10, 11. And this one is done. 10, 11. And even though this card is done, I'm going to stick it back in here anyway, just because, like I say, I started using all of them and then I went down to 1, but I didn't take the money out because it had already been saved. So let's see what we've got here. So we've got 20, 30, 45, 47, 48, 49. So I'm going to put 2 1s back for a 2 and 2 10s back for a 20. And I will take another one out for next week. That is going to be that. And so I'm going to add in 11. Where is it? 24, or not there. 24 corny plus 11 equals 12. So 92 plus 11 equals $103 going into my savings for the week. So that's going to be a total of $250. 100 from Ready Budget Game, 103 from today, and $50 for tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, I hope you'll join me for My Money relaunch. I'll be talking about taxation and how that impacts your investments. So stay tuned for, or come see me for that. And then on Friday, I'll be here for the weekly reel, and that's where you get to see this money be allocated into my savings for my big goals, or my stockpiles as I call them. And then next weekend, I'll have a video talking about my goals for 2026. I'll be back on Monday for Ready Budget Game, and here again on Tuesday for more Savings Challenge fun. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and until I see you in the next one, take care.